Many years ago, I saw a very interesting poster and I was very struck by this poster. This is what the poster said. It said, two men looked through the bars. One saw the mud, the other saw the stars. The question I have for you is this: what are you focusing on? This is important because whatever you focus on is going to expand, and eventually you become what you focus on most of the times. In 2012, I had the opportunity of attending an alumni meeting. I met with two classmates of mine. I'm going to call one of them Ramesh and the other one Ganesh. And both these guys left college, they did their engineering, they scored very high grades, they went to the United States, they got jobs in blue chip, high technology companies in Silicon Valley. And the ironic thing was also this: whilst they did very well, they rose to the top, became successful. 2012 was when the world was reeling under a financial crisis, and both of these classmates of mine actually had to lose their jobs. When I spoke to Ramesh, he was telling me that he had a very good run in the United States. He even ended up creating 15 patents for his company. And unfortunately, this financial crisis hit him at the wrong time. So he was let go. And when I spoke to Ganesh, who also came from a very similar background, also my classmate, he had a very different attitude and demeanor. He was very upbeat and enthusiastic. And he was telling me, look here, Karthik, I'm quite glad that I got laid off because it gives me a new opportunity to look at India and set up some business out here. And the funny thing is this, I actually ended up bumping into them again after 3 months. Ramesh was not only bitter, this time he was even very cynical. He was telling me that the American capitalist system was a very, very cruel system. And he felt that he got pretty much the wrong end of the stick, and it was very, very difficult for him to do something meaningful out here because he had spent 20 years, maybe the best part of his life, in the United States. Now, when I spoke with Ganesh, I heard exactly the opposite. He was even more enthusiastic, and he was telling me that he was building an app and he successfully placed it on the Apple App Store. And he said within the first month, he got 300,000 downloads. And he even had another idea. What if he created an app for yoga and another app for meditation? So he was full of ideas and raring to go. Now, I was quite thunderstruck. Both these classmates, Ramesh and Ganesh, come from very similar backgrounds. But one guy was filled with negativity and another guy was filled with optimism. So my big question was this: what created this negative guy and what created this upbeat and positive guy who was Ganesh? Ramesh focused on the past, but Ganesh focused on creating the future. Ramesh was stuck and he was blaming the situation. But Ganesh, on the other hand, looked at a world of possibilities. He did not focus on the problem. One person was obsessed with what was going wrong, but the other person was looking at a world of incredible opportunities. What does this really mean to all of us? And I think it's pretty much this. Every time we feel stuck, or you feel down or demotivated, ask yourself, what are you focusing on? You will come to the conclusion that you are probably focusing on a thought that is dragging you down. So what do you do? Very simple. Change that thought and change what you're focusing on. When you change what you're focusing on, you have an opportunity to step into a world of possibilities.